Hey guys, HELLABELLA here, and in this video I'm going to be discussing the Roe Wade case and discussing how that applies to the Merch by Amazon platform. As you can see, there are a lot of articles coming out right now. This is still a developing story, but what we know right now is that on Friday, Roe v. Wade was overturned. And today is Tuesday, so right now we're dealing with the aftermath of the weekend. I've sold about $1,600 in royalties in the last week on my account, and to give you perspective, that's usually what I make in about a month lately. So I've sold a lot of shirts that have to do with this particular niche, and I think this is going to be the biggest niche as we go into July, possibly for the rest of the year, just depending on the current news cycle and what's going on with that. But I am pro-choice, and I want you to know that. All of my shirts have been in the pro-choice niche, and my shirts are feminist shirts, and this is a niche that I've been in for years. This isn't a new niche for me. It just happens to be newly popular, but this is a niche that I've always sold in and done pretty well with because, like I've told you guys before, I think that you should make shirts about what you know about and what you care about, and that way you can understand some of the phrases and the terminology that's being used. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to look at Merch Informer as well as Etsy and Amazon and just kind of see what is selling there. We're going to get a feel for the design styles and kind of go into some of the logic behind these designs. And I'm going to teach you, what to look for in terms of a good or bad design. All right, guys, making myself smaller so I can make the screen bigger. I wanted to give you a snapshot of my account. I'm on the 20,000 tier. I have 7,008 live designs. So I've got 35% of my 20,000 designs completed. And this week I have done $1,602 in the last 7 days. Best day this week was $462, and my other days were $330, $313, and $291. You can see how big of a jump it was here compared to the last couple days that I've had. Massive spike up in sales. Just today already, it's only just before 3 p.m. and I've done $121. So this has definitely given me some motivation to continue working on my Merch by Amazon account. So what I want to do now is hop over to a tool called Merch Informer. Now, you do not need to use this. This is a paid subscription tool, but it does come in handy and it's pretty useful. I'm using this to search some keywords right now, and then based on those keywords, I may narrow down my search a little bit more. So I just typed in uterus. If you're familiar with women, we have a uterus, believe it or not. So we have got a lot of shirts right now that are saying mind your own uterus. That shirt right here is 1,935 ranked. So it's making estimated over 1,000 sales a month. So right now that's a really popular phrase. I personally would probably try to go with something more specific and that is less crowded, because if you look over here where it says competition score, that's telling you basically that if you try to go into this niche that it's going to be difficult to compete. No country for old men, basically saying that old men should not be making laws about women's bodies. Just made another sale. The uterus with the middle finger up is very popular right now, as well as the Don't Tread on Me snakes, and they're in the shape of a uterus. So one thing that is for sure, this is very much a personal attack on women, and most women are furious right now. So you want to keep that in mind when you are making your designs. I don't think that anyone's going to care if you have curse words on the shirts right now. That's definitely something that you could consider. Right here, if I wanted the government in my uterus, I would blank a senator. So, I mean, obviously that one is pretty obvious that they're angry in that particular shirt, but they have sold 42 sales in the last month. So pretty good rank there as well. So hopping over to another page, I searched protect Roe. That's a really popular phrase right now as well, and it's going to go into a competition score of a B, so much better competition score here. The first shirt is a very simple shirt, guys. It's just text, and they've utilized the pink t-shirt and pink text to kind of have like a feminist kind of look to it. It's really girly. This one just says 1973 again, but it's in that retro 70s stacked font, and that one is selling 14 times per month. And then you've got a 1973 pro-ro, and it's got the feminist symbol for the O, and that one is selling an estimated 9 times per month. Okay guys, I just searched the term SCOTUS, which is Supreme Court of the United States, and the competition score came up to be an A. I have not done anything in this niche yet, so this is new research for me, so it might be good for you to see kind of my mindset when it comes to researching. This one says I dissent, which is already a very popular phrase on this platform. We see those shirts all the time, but because they've got SCOTUS in the title, they're probably getting hits more than a shirt that just said I dissent and, you know, had the word feminist or something like that in the title, because right now SCOTUS is a popular term. So abort the court, totally agree. But abort the court is a really popular phrase right now. If you've been paying attention to the protest signs, that's another really good source of, you know, inspiration when it comes to making your shirts. This one says the Supremes, and it's got a lot of feminist lawmakers on this. The Supremes is actually a reference to the show American Horror Story, and the Supremes in that show were witches. I think it's like a funny way of saying like these are the Supremes in our government. We've got Pack the Courts. This is also a new one that I haven't heard before. It hasn't taken off yet, but I can see that it probably will. We've got the Supremes again, so it seems like that's a phrase that is pretty popular right now. Abort the court once again. So SCOTUS is definitely something that has a lot of room for growth. I will probably go and make some new shirts based on that, like today or tomorrow. All right, next thing that we're seeing is I typed in pro-choice mother. If you're not familiar right now, a lot of moms are wearing this mother by choice, for choice, basically saying that like they support the right to choose. So that one, crazy amount of sales right now. It's making 450 sales a month. So that one probably just took off. I mean, I haven't heard this phrase a lot yet. Mother by choice, for choice. So that one's got a different text style. This one is a patriotic one, which is particularly timely since it's going to be 4th of July in a couple of days. In this one, we've got the different colored letters with a box outlining the letters. So I think that that's a pretty clean looking shirt as well. This one, it's got the font really, really big. I always caution against making the font take up that entire shirt like that, just because I feel like when it actually gets printed, it doesn't look very good. But again, I mean, I don't know what the return rate of something like that would be, so I don't really have any data on that. But personally, when I've made the font take up the entire shirt like that, it gives me issues when it is printed. As you can see, these are pretty popular in different styles. Right here, we've got the resist fist and the feminist symbol, or the female symbol, and we've got mother by choice, for choice. So you can see here that this is also another popular thing to go off of. But see, what you could do, and this is where the logic of like take it a next step further so that you don't have as much competition. And this is something that you have to think about as you get further into your merch account career, if you could call it that. But one of the things that I think is like take what's already working and put a spin on it for the niche. So you say grandmother by choice, for choice, father by choice, for choice, aunt by choice, for choice, and you just fill in all the different things that you would want to fill in for that. All right, guys, we are hopping over to Etsy. If you're not familiar with Etsy, get familiar with Etsy. It's still a really popular site. So I just typed in abortion rights shirt. And what I'm trying to do here is kind of see, are there any phrases that we didn't pick up on before that we could potentially use? So we've got keep your laws off my body. Seeing a lot of this different colored text style right now, so you might want to keep that in mind. Something that seems to be pretty popular. We've got abortion is healthcare. No country for old men. If I wanted the government in my uterus, again, that one's pretty funny. Abort the Supreme Court. I love it. I love it. Love to see it. I like this weird kind of retro font style. This is another reason why it's good to buy fonts whenever you can to kind of set yourself apart, because this design isn't anything that is like particularly revolutionary, but because of the font, it draws your eye in really more than any other shirt on the page right now. I kind of like the fact that they made it like a deep pink color. I think that that would look good with a white background or a black background. So stars, stripes, and reproductive rights, that is going to be a huge trend in the next week or so, just because of the 4th of July. I know a lot of people are saying they want to wear black on the 4th of July, so that might be something to keep in mind as well. If you're not on TikTok, you might want to get on TikTok, because a lot of the things that are happening right now are on there first before they're on any other website. And I understand why you wouldn't want to be on there all the time, because it's bad for your attention span, quite frankly. But I do get a lot of information for my t-shirt designs on TikTok. So, I mean, maybe just scrolling for 20 minutes a day is something that could potentially be a few new niches for you if you are, trying to figure out what's going on, especially with younger people, because they are all flocking to TikTok when something happens in the news. So we've got, if my uterus shot bullets, would you stop regulating it? So basically comparing gun control to control of women's bodies. That's a really big topic right now, as far as like guns pretty much have more rights than we do, especially in my state of Alabama. Guns have more rights than me at this point. So that's something that, it's going to be challenging to deal with over the next couple of months, seeing how that plays out and seeing whether I even want to continue to live here after all of this. We've got vasectomies prevent abortions. This is another particular funny phrase that is coming out right now. We've also got, men shouldn't be making laws about women's bodies. He who hath not a uterus should shut the effeth up. Fallopians, 1973. This one's just kind of a simple pro-choice stacked font, and it just says, pro-choice in different colors. So that's an easy way. We've got, girls just want to have fundamental rights. We've got, I will not go quietly back to the 1950s. And that one is pretty popular right now too, but I think that you could still get in early enough to get in that phrase. What I mean when I say get in early enough is that Amazon is going to favor the shirts that are selling first, and that's pretty much how the search results are going to go. If you're the first one to make sales, it is a really good thing for you. I mean, not saying that you can't make sales later on if you put up a shirt that's really good quality, but it's just harder to get seen if you are putting up a shirt and there's already 400 other shirts, and of the 400 you've got 50 of them that have made sales before you, and they have history and data associated with them. So that's what I'm saying when I say you want to be first whenever you possibly can in order to make those sales. So flipping over to Amazon, we've got, I just typed in Protect Row 1973, and I can see they have a little banner up here. Looks like they're actually, doing some promotion when it comes to selling these shirts. I know that a couple of times today and yesterday when I tried to type in some of my shirts to find them, I was getting like search suppressed. So I was getting an error message when I tried to type things in. So I don't know if Amazon is overwhelmed right now or that they're actually blocking the search of these kind of shirts. All right, guys, I am hoping that this information was useful to you and that you can use it to make some sales and make a little bit of money. I'm going to get back at it. I'm going to create as many designs as I can right now, because I think that right now the important thing is just getting the first to market on some of these phrases that are coming out as we speak. But I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you are in good spirits despite everything. And if you are pro-choice, leave me a thumbs up. I would love to know how many of you guys are supporting the women's rights movement right now. It's very important that we don't give up and that we just kind of keep our head up and kind of stay in the fight. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, guys. I really appreciate you guys watching. I will make another update video to tell you how the month went, but right now we're at $1,600 for this past week. So I'm in pretty good spirits as far as royalties go. Not everything else, but overall I am happy with how the account is performing. Thank you so much, guys, and I will catch you guys in the next video.